33 Art by Kay. I hope you're all going great. And thank you so much to all of you, those of you who have subscribed to my channel. It's very encouraging for me and makes me feel the love, so to speak. So again, thank you so much. And today I'm just going to be doing a sample for some colours. I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks a large piece. I think it's about a metre by a metre actually, that I've got on one of my walls in the house, and it's just a piece that I'm going to paint over, just to repurpose, and just to, you know, refreshen the art in the house. So this is just a 20 centimetre by 20 centimetre ceramic tile, and I've just wiped it over with a baby wipe. That's all the preparation I am going to give it. It's all it needs. And the base I'm going to put down is just the Eraldo Parchment, because I just want to use that paint up. And it's just to help the paint to sort of flow when I do this, well, it's a kind of a Dutch pour really. Dutch pour come bloom. But when I do the big piece, when I blow it out, it will be more of a Dutch pour because I'll be blowing it out further. This one's just more to get the colours, to see how they go. So, as I say, I'm going to put down the parchment as the base. I'm going to use the Amsterdam Titanium White as a cell activator, which has been mixed to the consistency of 1 part Amsterdam Titanium White to 4 parts Australian Floetrol. I'm then going to use the Eraldo Wattle, which is an opaque paint, followed by the Global Metallic Cyan, which is a metallic. And then I'm going to use the Pouring Masters Ready to Pour straight out of the bottle, which is it's Sunflower Iridescent, which has a slight pinkish tone to it when you look at it at different angles. And then my favourite pink that I've had as my favourite pink since I very started doing the paint pouring. It's the Mont pouring paint Shiraz. Now I have mixed that with Australian Floetrol, so it's not straight out of the bottle. The Mont pouring paints, they're not terribly thin, so you can get away with putting a bit of the Floetrol in there, and I like to do that just to help with the creation of cells. And then I've got the Mont pouring paint gold, which is my favourite gold. So, without further ado, I will lay down my base and then I shall come back. See you back here soon. Now the reason I like to push the paint all over the sides is just, it helps when you blow something out and it goes over the edge, it just helps the paint to stick better and it looks nicer, I feel. Just my opinion, of course. And this is the Eraldo Wattle, so I'm just going to put that right in the centre here. Hopefully I'm in the centre. I always seem to get off centre somehow. You can always work out exactly where your centre is though by getting a chopstick like this and just placing it in there and then that way, and then where the two lines meet is the centre. I could have done that, but I didn't. The next one is the Metallic Cyan. Don't want too much of that because it will sort of, the yellow and the blue colour will start to sort of go a bit green, which is fine, I don't mind green. Now my base wasn't very thin, it was just my normal consistency. When I do the bigger one, I will thin the base out more because it will be more of a Dutch pour and that helps the paints to flow. This is the Ready to Pour Sunflower Iridescent, which has that lovely bit of a shimmer to it. I'll put a bit of that down because I like that to show through. When I look to the side here, I can see a slightly sort of pinkish shade to it. Now the Mont pouring paint Shiraz. All the paints I've used today will be listed in the description below, which you can get to by clicking on the title of this video if you're on your device. Can't do that if you're on the TV though, unfortunately. Now just a little bit of gold, enough that I can see it. I'm now just going to burst any bubbles. Now I never quite know how much cell activator to put on. It's always a bit of a guess because you want it to create the cells, but you don't want it to have a big pile in the middle. Otherwise you end up with that big white center, which I don't particularly want. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit also, just around the rest of it, to help to create some cells elsewhere. Okay, we'll see what that does. And now, wish me luck, I'm just going to use my normal hairdryer. This is one I've bought on eBay, I think, but I really like it. I just use it on slow speed. If I was doing the big piece, I'd have to have it on higher speed to blow the paints far enough. But it does have a cold button, which doesn't really matter. If you've got a warm button, as long as you don't overwork your piece, it doesn't really matter. But I'm lucky enough that this one does have a cool button. So I'm just going to put it on to slow speed and hopefully blow this out nicely. Let's see what happens. Okay, well I don't want to overwork it. And see how my cell activator has sort of stayed in the middle there. Got lots of nice cells coming up though. And my cyan has turned a bit green where it's mixed in with the yellow, but that's okay. Right, so now I'm just going to blow the center here with a straw. This is just a jumbo paper straw that you get from the supermarket, and I just flatten the end, and that just makes like a nice little aperture to blow into the paint, and that will help to bring up any cells into the middle there where it's sort of quite thick. We'll see those start to develop over the next few minutes, so I'll just use the heat embossing tool again. That will help any little cells to come up. And I'm loving the pink and the yellow. I'm not so sure about the cyan. And I can just see that iridescent sunflower just there. So I think when that dries, it's really going to show up beautifully. It's just enough gold. So I will just do a little bit of embellishing on this, and then I'll spin it out. So we'll just bring in some of these just to create some petals. So just wherever you see a natural line, like here, or you can put them wherever you like, you can just create. I think I might leave that as one big one. We're in the center here. We'll just wait and see how these turn out. I'll just do a few more little wiggly lines, just to make it a little bit more interesting and pretty. Don't want to overdo it. Okay, so now I'm just going to spin that out and we'll see what happens with this bit in the middle. The other way. Well, I'm loving the Shiraz. I'm not sure about, it might be where I've used that iridescent yellow. It's mixing in too much with the Cyan. I'm not sure. Still quite nice though, and I do like the shimmer of that gold going over the top. Just not 100% sure what I'll do with the middle here. Might just do some little embellishments. When you run the skewer through a group of cells, it gives you like these little heart shapes, which are really quite pretty, I think anyway. So will I spin that out again? I might just give it one more, but I better clean this paint up here a bit, otherwise I'm going to have paint all over me. Okay, I'll just give it one last spin. Not too fast. All right, well I think we'll just leave that one there. So I'll now bring you down for a close-up. Okay, so here we are coming down for a close-up of this piece. I've got the torch on so that you'll pick up on some of the shimmer, which you can see just here. Just lovely and shimmery. So the question is, was this a Dutch pour or was this a bloom? I would like to know what you think. So it's a very pretty piece. I'm liking the colours together. When I'm looking through the camera here, this colour here is looking very violet actually, but in actual fact it's bright pink. And the Cyan is much more turquoise, it's looking teal. It's very hard to get the colours to look how they really are in real life. You can see that beautiful shimmer there, that's the Mont pouring paint gold doing that. You can't quite pick up the shimmer that the iridescent sunflower will bring, but I'm sure I'll see that once it's dry. So just a quick little piece, as I say, I don't know if it's a Dutch pour or if it's a bloom. But in any case, it's quite pretty. Okay, so I'm looking forward to doing the big one, and I will certainly video that when I do in the next couple of weeks. And you'll be able to let me know what you think then when you see it on the big piece. Okay, so I'll see you back here in Studio 33 in the not too distant future. Until then, stay safe. Bye-bye.